Like, how many businesses do you have?
Man, that's a loaded question. I think the last time I counted, I have 7 or 9 sources of income.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
as far as businesses, I'm not really sure. So it's there. I mean, I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I probably have to think about it a little bit and count it, but
Sure.
yeah.
How many sources of income do you think does it take to become a millionaire?
One.
Really? Wow.
You just need one, and the reason why I say that is because the more focus you have on one thing, the better it is for you to make it better for your clientele. Because if you're so spread out so thin, it's kind of hard to really make it successful.
Yeah.
You know.
How many? But you're at 9 at this point. So why? When did you think it was okay to go from 1 to more, or like what is that process?
So for me, I'm an A-type personality, and I just like to do a lot of different things, and a lot of stuff that I do kind of go hand in hand with each other. The one thing that I do is real estate, and that's it. And everything else that I do for it pretty much supports that activity.
I got it. Okay, that makes sense. So it's like you start off with one focus, but then you these 9 businesses have like built around that focus to like supercharge it in a way.
That pretty much sums it up.
Okay.
So some of the first thing that I've done is I learned how to market. Very important. I know how to take photos. That's like one of the first things that I did is learn how to do marketing, do awesome photos, learn how to do Photoshop, learn how to do web marketing, videos, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Because I know that for any business to be successful, you gotta do marketing. That's just hands down. Without marketing, nobody's gonna know you.
That's right.
Do you agree?
Oh hell yeah, absolutely. I truly believe money follows attention, because the hardest part for small businesses, at least the hardest part that I know of, is breaking out of obscurity. I mean, because if people don't know you, like you said, I mean, there's no way that you're gonna make any money, and if you have a business, you need money to survive. So, what do you think is when you're first starting out, what do you think is the most important thing when you're growing your business, like from to get to the $1 million phase, or like to get to a point to where you're forward stable? Like, what is the number one thing you think you should focus on?
The number one thing is take care of your customer. Don't think about money. That is the hardest thing to do.
I love that.
And one of the phrases that's actually on my business card is you will get everything that you want as long as you help everybody else get what they want.
Oh, I love that. Zig Ziglar, right?
Yep, Zig Ziglar.
Yeah, that's badass. That's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, so you think about it, if you're just focused on money and you're trying to help somebody do something that, kind of help them out in some ways, but what's on your mind all the time is, hey, I just need to get that quick paycheck, this and that. Your quality of service slumps. This is how it goes, right? So, for instance, I own a business in construction, and the only thing I think about is, hey, I need to make sure I get good money, this and that. No, when you first go meet them, you sure know your number, and when you're actually doing a job, just focus on doing a job, get it done right. Even if you lose money, it doesn't matter, as long as your reputation is still there.
Well, I think it's awesome, and what I love about it is like you have like a master plan in terms of, because I was asking you, we were talking about, I was like, are you an investor? And you said, yeah, and then like, but you do realty? Like, yeah, and then you have another business that like New Floors and More as well, or like flooring to support it, and then so all these different businesses that are basically like its own ecosystem within realty, and I love that. I'm trying to figure out ways to do the same for myself from our business, but I just thought that was really cool, and like you have like that master plan. That's
so really my master plan is, of course, real estate, and you know, I'm kind of like one of those lazy investors. I just want to invest and just kind of forget about it. And once I get to a point to where I don't really need to think about money anymore, I just help people. And helping people will actually help you, to be honest. And for instance, there is this jewelry company in town, and gosh, what is their name? Started, huh? Kendra Scott. There we go.
Yeah.
It's called Kendra Scott. It started in Austin in 2008 by a lady, Kendra Scott. And if you haven't heard about her stories, you know, she's very giving, and she always tried to support people and make things very personable, right? I heard stories that every single time she mail anything out to their customer, they will do a handwritten note. And you know, when was the last time you received a handwritten note?
Yeah.
What about you, Louis? Have you received a handwritten note lately?
No.
Like anything, thank you or anything?
Yeah, it's been a very, very long time. It's been a very, but I love that. I mean, those, it truly makes a difference. It's the same thing of, like when people say, you can't, cold calls don't work, or because you hear that all the time, like, no, it's all about, digital marketing is important, but it's the same thing of like, people don't think that the physical or calling people doesn't work. Have you heard that before? It's like, oh,
all the time,
right?
All the time. It's because people don't want to do the work. That's all it is. You know, everybody wants to get rich, or they want to be successful, or they want to be successful, right? But they don't want to put in the effort. So it's just like how the old saying is like, you know, how hard do you want to work? You know, we're in America. You work hard, then you get to reap the rewards later. Would you agree?
Oh, hell yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so what, I mean, why, and this is good as a business owner, but I think also as a customer, for you, why would somebody go to you for real, because there's so many realtors, and why would somebody go to you instead of somebody else? Like, what is your differentiation?
Now that's a good question. How do I differentiate myself? So, for one, I own a construction company. I'm also a real estate investor. So, you know, to be honest, a lot of real estate agents, they barely have a high school degree. They probably never went to college. They probably don't even own a home. You know, can you imagine that? Having an agent help you buy your, you know, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 home, and they don't even own a home themselves. You know, I own several homes actually, and I still have them today. So I can say that, hey, maybe I do qualify to help somebody buy a home and fix up the home, or make sure that, you know, they find the right place and not waste so much time making an offer on something that's gonna fall through the cracks because of, you know, minor issues like cracks in the wall, foundation, or whatever.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
That's great. I mean, that's amazing product differentiation. But I mean, like, having that in mind for I mean, everyone's own business, I think is super important.